Listen, the healthiest seniors in Japan do not train the way most people do. There is a small fishing village on the southern coast of Japan called Ogimi, often referred to as the village of longevity. The people there do not have gym memberships. They do not own treadmills or resistance bands. Yet men and women well into their 80s and 90s move with a grace and ease that most people half their age have already lost. The secret is not a supplement or a special diet. It is something far simpler. It is daily movement, woven so naturally into their lives that it barely feels like exercise at all. What you are about to learn is a 5-minute routine built around 7 foundational movements that Japanese elders have practiced for generations. These are not complicated. They require no equipment, no gym, and no prior fitness experience. But done consistently, they target the exact areas of the body that determine whether you stay strong, mobile, and independent as the years pass. We are talking about your hips, your ankles, your calves, your spine, and the deep stabilizing muscles that most modern exercise routines completely ignore. By the end of this, you will understand not just how to do these movements, but why they work, and why the Japanese have quietly known this for centuries. Before diving into the movements themselves, it helps to understand the cultural philosophy behind them. In Japan, there is a concept called Taiso, which translates roughly to bodybuilding or calisthenics, but the spirit of it goes much deeper than that word implies. Taiso is about maintaining the body as a form of respect, both for yourself and for the community around you. Japanese radio Taiso, a series of simple exercises broadcast over the radio since 1928, is still practiced by millions of Japanese people every single morning. School children do it, office workers do it, and elderly villagers do it in their gardens before the sun has fully risen. The movements are gentle, rhythmic, and deliberate. They are not designed to exhaust you. They are designed to wake the body up, to remind every joint and muscle that it is still needed, still capable, still alive. This philosophy is what separates the Japanese approach from the Western obsession with intensity. Longevity is not built in moments of maximum effort. It is built in the quiet, consistent accumulation of small, purposeful movements done every single day. What's fascinating is that many of the healthiest and longest-living people in the world stay active through gentle, consistent movement, not punishing exercise routines. That's one reason stretching-based fitness programs have become so popular lately, especially among people looking to improve mobility, support fat burning, and feel better physically without high-impact training. If you want to learn more about the program a lot of people have been using, you can find it linked below in the description. With that understanding, let us walk through the 7 movements. The first movement is the ankle circle. Sit in a chair or stand near a wall for support. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and slowly rotate the ankle in a full circle, 10 times in one direction, then 10 times in the other. Switch feet and repeat. This takes about 60 seconds total. The ankle is one of the most neglected joints in the body, yet it is the foundation of every step you take. Stiff ankles are one of the leading contributors to falls in older adults, and falls are one of the primary reasons elderly people lose their independence. By keeping the ankle joint mobile and well lubricated, you protect yourself from the ground up. The second movement follows immediately and builds on the first. It is the calf raise. Stand behind a chair and hold the back lightly for balance. Rise up slowly onto the balls of your feet. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower back down with control. Do this 15 to 20 times. In Japanese wellness tradition, the calves are called the second heart. This is not poetic exaggeration. The calf muscles are responsible for pumping blood back up from the lower legs toward the heart, working against gravity with every contraction. When the calves are weak and inactive, circulation suffers, energy drops, and the entire cardiovascular system has to work harder. Activating them daily is one of the simplest and most powerful things you can do for lasting vitality. The third movement is the standing hip circle. Place your hands on your hips, feet shoulder width apart, and slowly rotate your hips in a wide, smooth circle, 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Think of it as drawing a large oval with your pelvis. The hips are the body's center of power. Every movement you make, whether walking, climbing stairs, or simply rising from a chair, originates from the hips. When the hip joints become stiff and the surrounding muscles tighten, the entire kinetic chain suffers. The lower back compensates, the knees take on extra load, and movement becomes labored and painful. Hip circles gently mobilize the joint in all directions, keeping the synovial fluid moving and the surrounding tissues supple. The fourth movement addresses one of the most common and damaging consequences of modern sedentary life, the tight hip flexor. Sit on the edge of a chair. Slide your right foot back so that your right knee drops toward the floor and your right hip opens forward. Keep your back tall and gently press your hips forward until you feel a stretch along the front of the right hip. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly. Switch sides. Japanese elders who spend time gardening, sitting on floor cushions, and walking on varied terrain naturally maintain hip flexor length. For those of us who sit in chairs for hours each day, this stretch is not optional. It is essential. Tight hip flexors tilt the pelvis forward, compress the lumbar spine, and shut down the glutes, creating a cascade of dysfunction that accelerates aging in the body. The fifth movement is the seated spinal twist. Sit tall in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place your right hand on your left knee and your left hand on the back of the chair. Inhale to lengthen the spine, then exhale and gently rotate your torso to the left. Hold for 3 breaths, then return to center and repeat on the other side. The spine is not meant to only flex forward and extend backward. It is designed to rotate, and when it loses that rotational capacity, the discs between the vertebrae begin to dehydrate and degenerate more rapidly. This gentle twist restores mobility, stimulates the spinal discs, and also massages the internal organs, which is why many traditional Japanese wellness practices incorporate spinal rotation as a digestive and energizing tool. The sixth movement is the wall shoulder roll. Stand with your back lightly touching a wall. Roll your shoulders slowly backward in large, deliberate circles 10 times, then forward 10 times. The goal is to feel the shoulder blades gliding smoothly across the rib cage. Decades of forward-leaning posture, whether over a desk, a phone, or a steering wheel, compress the chest and round the upper back. This movement counteracts that pattern, reopens the thoracic spine, and restores the natural posture that allows for full, deep breathing. The seventh and final movement is the slow squat to stand. Stand in front of a sturdy chair. Lower yourself down slowly, taking 3 to 4 full seconds to descend until you are seated. Then rise back up with the same deliberate control, pressing through the heels and squeezing the glutes at the top. Do this 8 to 10 times. This single movement trains the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core simultaneously. More importantly, it trains the neuromuscular patterns required to sit down and stand up safely, which is one of the most reliable predictors of longevity ever studied. Research has shown that the ability to lower yourself to the floor and rise without using your hands correlates directly with lifespan. Japanese elders who sit on floor-level cushions and rise multiple times a day are unknowingly performing this test continuously. Done together, these 7 movements take approximately 5 minutes. They require nothing but your body and a chair. But practiced every morning before the day begins and the body stiffens into the shapes that modern life demands of it, they create something profound. They create a body that trusts itself, a body that moves without fear. And in that freedom of movement, there is a kind of independence that no amount of money or medicine can fully replace. The village elders of Ojimi are not extraordinary. They are simply consistent. And consistency, it turns out, is the most powerful longevity tool of all. The people in places like Ojimi are not relying on extreme workouts or complicated fitness systems. They've simply built movement into daily life in a way that keeps the body strong, mobile, and capable for decades. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 movements do you think your body needs the most right now? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you want more videos on longevity, mobility, metabolism, healthy aging, and simple fitness strategies that actually fit into real life, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video.